Let's talk about the text field input node. I created here a simple scene already. Let me switch here to the logic view. And I simply just put two headlines basically to explain a bit what the node is doing. And then I also bound one text field input node with its output here to this text. And of course, what a text field input node is doing, he simply captures keyboard inputs into a single string. If I select my render viewport, so please pay attention here to this text output. If I activate this render and I type here on my keyboard, then you can see immediately all the keyboard inputs are captured into this string, into this node basically, right? And then I simply bounce this text output here to my text node basically, right? So let's also check some other things. So if I press delete or backspace, then I also can delete this text. Here in the inputs, I can activate it. I can basically define the maximum length. Yeah. So if I set this, let's say to 4, and I type here whatever met, and you can see after 4 he stop. Yeah, so he don't allow me to put more than 4 characters. If I put that back to default, which is -1, then I can type more. So let's say I want to use more than one line, then I also have that option here, single line, right? So if this is activated by default, let me say here, hello Ventuz fans. If I press enter, then you can see we also have here in the output that press enter event. And if I type again, let's have, then you can see we simply get one single line. So let's delete this and let's uncheck here that single line. And now let's do that again. Hello, Ventuz fans. Enter. Have fun with enter Ventuz. Right? So every time with this single line disabled, basically every time I press enter, this node will give me a new single line, right? Sorry, will give me a new line. There's also a second text field input node, and that's the IME text field input node. So let me switch also to this scene quickly. So the IME text field input is basically used if you have complex languages like Asian languages like Chinese or Japanese, right? So basically what this node is doing, he basically recognized, so let me show you, I activate and I type here something, and you see as soon as I type here a combination of characters on my keyboard, he will basically find candidates, yeah, in this case now in Chinese, and comments with that, which allows the user then, if you bring it into a nice scene, to choose basically what word you want to use. So in simple words, if you use Latin alphabets, right, so simple Latin alphabets, then you simply use the text field input, the normal one, which I show you first. So basically this one, right? And if your project is in the need of complex languages like Chinese or Asian languages, then you should use that IE text field input.